What is going on, guys? Shy Guy 2231 back at it again with the brand new NASCAR game. I meant to do this a long time ago back with NASCAR Heat 5, but it turned out that was pretty much a copy of NASCAR Heat 3 and 4, so I disregarded it really. But now that NASCAR 21's come out, we got a whole new game based and everything to go off of, so we're gonna roll with that. I do want to go into my settings here and turn off the music. There we go. That's one of my custom cars back there. But here's the deal. We're gonna start a new career. And I had already thought about it, and it was down between Starcom and JTG Doherty. But we're going to do JTG. And we're just going to go through a season, see how that goes with our career, and roll from that. So let's see, what's our driver name going to be? I got this. Sonic. Cynic. Never mind, back that up. Never mind, it's still going with Cynic. Sonic. If I can learn how to type. There we go. It's going to be Sonic McShy Guy. That's looking good. I love it. Love it, love it. So we're going to be driving the number 37 car. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Well, just give me a second and we'll get it back to the main menu there. Loading into Daytona here for the first race of the season, but we're not even going to worry about it for the time being. And I know it probably sounds like I'm being a little quieter, a little more chill. Now moved into an apartment, so we've got to let it chill. Let's just get out of this intro. We'll listen to everything as it comes across.
And this will be the team's first. The cars are being prepped. The drivers debriefing with their.
Let's just get back to that main menu. Alright, so here we go. Here's what we got. Our standing Sonic McShy Guy tied for first place with everyone. And let's make an early season prediction for champion. Screw it. We're going to do my favorite driver, Brad Keselowski. Just moved over to Roush Fenway. Now Roush Fenway's Keselowski. So there's a driver standings. You get owner standings, team standings, and manufacturer standings. We've only got 2 cars on our team with JTG. Am I going to stay here long term? No, I don't think so. I think I'll probably move on to a new team next season, but let's take a look at what our settings are. We're going to go up to 15% races, dynamic, and for Daytona, we'll go with clear skies. Got the complex damage. I like everything to be as close to lifelike as possible with this. And here we go. So let's take a look at our contract here. We don't have any. That's not what I wanted. I want a nope, not even reputation. Team profiles. So here's what we got over here. Sonic McShy Guy. And our rating is an 81 overall, which is really, really weird because if you look at what our performance expectations are, they're top 15 contender, which I think we can accomplish this year, which is weird. Hendrick is a top 10 contender, and then Joe Gibbs is championship contender. And you got a bunch of teams who are just wanting clean finishes and all of that kind of stuff. But I find it interesting that JTG is an 81 overall, but we're going to roll with it, all right? Now let's roll into the event. I am now on a wheel. One of the cooler things that NASCAR 21 has integrated is the fact that you use controller for some of the settings. So the controller will stay on throughout the entirety of the race, as to where if I used a controller in NASCAR Heat 5 for 3, it would cut off after a while of using the wheel.
International Speedway, and we're here for Daytona 500 practice. It's been months since we've seen cars on the track, and this will be the team's first opportunity to see how their hard work over the winter break will pay off. Expect to see some drafting runs amongst teammates.
And as you guys know, this is going up on YouTube, but I do have it streaming on Twitch when I stream these. I see Mr. Trotter for Life here. Just want to say what's up, how you doing, and we're gonna go get after it. Gonna try to give JTG a Daytona 500 win.
Is where they want it, as it can make or break the opportunity to win the race on Sunday.
Alright, and if we can take a look at this data pad here, I don't think I'm going to do anything to really mess with the car. I think we can turn up the master volume maybe one notch here. And turn the sound effects down a notch. Save the changes there. Just trying to make sure everything sounds good for the stream. But let's go ahead and look at our crew chief and go out there and run a practice lap. We're actually parked right next to Daniel Suarez. And I do know for a fact, and this was a complaint that a lot of people had early when the game came out for career mode, was there was no changing paint schemes. Well, a big update came out today, and I got into career mode I was running previous to this, and wow, our car is damaged. That's okay. It'll fix itself. One of the biggest complaints was the fact that you couldn't select a paint scheme in NASCAR 21 career mode, as I'm in the apron. I'm getting used to the handling here. It's been a couple of weeks since I played this. But when I topped into my career, I saw that Ross Chastain was running his Chevy accessories car. So I said, okay, let me just real quick before I start this one for YouTube, hop into a career mode where I can take Chip Ganassi outright. Because I have the deluxe edition, I can automatically sign a 36 race season with them. And I went ahead and did it, and then I fast forwarded to Homestead just to test this. And when I got into the garage at Homestead, there was the Chevy accessories paint scheme on my car. So the theory is that you won't be able to custom adjust which paint schemes you'll run in the career mode, but it will run the paint scheme that was selected for the car in real life and in the game in career mode. And I'm just hitting the wall here. My steering's messed up already. I kissed the wall off of turn 2 and it's already shot down the drain. Realism, you gotta love it. So my goal is a top 10 finish here. I don't really care if I finish in the bottom of the top 10 or if I win the race. I just want a top 10. I could finish 10th and be fine. You know, it's a super speedway. This is one of those tracks where JTG is stronger. This is a track where it's really mixed up. You might see some lesser teams. I almost ran with Starcom. I really like his 8-ball whiskey. And I almost went with that, but I elected not to. I'm going to try to keep it as realistic as possible. The CPU has some really weird lifting zones here. So we'll see what happens. Here's something cool I want to show you guys if you haven't seen the game already. Obviously, more times than not, if you're a fan of this game and you're watching this series, then you've seen it before. But we're going to go ahead and go into the infield here. Slow her down. Spin her around.
Hey, we need to be going
Spin it again. Let's just turn some donuts. We need to name our spotter too. He's got the same voice. We should name our crew chief as well. If you guys have any suggestions for that, drop it in the comments. But if you drive backwards, this is only practice, so it's not going to disqualify my qualifying session. I wanted to do this now instead of trying to do it in qualifying. And I just want to make sure we're not going to kill our car trying to get in here. But this is one of the coolest things, and I hope they try to kind of patch this in a sense where you can actually drive in and out of the garage. But this makes me think, with this being wide open and you're able to actually drive to the garage, when you saw that I was being pushed out of the garage stall, I want to believe that they at one point had the plan for you to be able to actually physically drive out of the garage. Let's find somebody to park next to. There's Anthony Alfredo Chicken. Chase Brisket. Just kidding, I'm not gonna... I won't be doing the nicknames the whole time. That's an invisible wall. I won't be doing the nicknames the whole time. That's Michael Brooks' deal.
Hey, we need to be going the other way.
I know we need to be going the other way, Spotter. What do you think I'm doing? Let's see. Cody Ware. Let's sit right here. Let's go next to Chris Busher. And you can actually pull all the way into these stalls, which is insanely cool. I wish they had fixed all that. But check it out. My car is damaged. I'm smoking. I mean, geez. But anyway, now that we're done with the practice session, I think we ran some good laps. We're going to go ahead and skip to qualifying. Now, qualifying here is way different than NASCAR Heat. My most consistent qualifying spot is 9th to 12th. In NASCAR Heat, there was no way you were going to qualify fast at all at a super speedway. You always had to start dead last. And for a YouTube series like I do, where I do, at that point, 25% races, it made it tough for me to work my way back up the field. I kind of had to push it to the limit all the time. But now that I know that I can qualify in a good spot, and look at that, the Daytona 500 scheme for Denny Hamlin. But now that I know that I can qualify in a good spot, it's probably going to be okay. I'm more than okay with it.
Will it be another Chevy front row lockout? A rookie pole sitter. Let's get the engines fired and session started.
There we are. I wish it had a little bit more customization on the helmet. I don't care so much about the fire suit. I like it better that your fire suit looks like your, official fire suit. Like if I drove for DoorDash in the 23, then I would have a DoorDash fire suit. In terms of the helmet, I wish that I could get a little more customization on that. But the other thing with this is there are no stages right now. That's still something that's yet to be patched in. I think they've been working a little bit more on the mechanical issues, i.e. steering, game crashes. When I first got the game, I pre-ordered it, got it 2 days early, and for about a week I couldn't play more than 10 minutes without the thing crashing. If I had to go to pit lane for whatever reason, the game crashed. Now that's fixed. I can run it without having to worry about the game crashing. But there's no stages just yet. And there is stage wins. So I'm not sure how they're going to get added in. But there's stage wins and stage points in career mode, which is interesting, which almost gives the CPU an unfair leg up. But here's our paint scheme for today. We've got the Cottonelle Kroger paint scheme on the machine as I'm packing it into the wall, and that might be it for our qualifying effort. Yep, that's definitely it. I'm stuck in the yellow line here, trying to regain control of the car. Wheel handling is difficult. But this is our scheme now that we're on a straightaway, still packing it into the wall. And there you have it. It's one of my... I don't want to say it's my favorite Ryan Preece scheme from this year because there are better ones. But this is definitely like top 3. And yeah, that's going to be our best qualifying effort was last lap. So let's go ahead and look at the detail on the inside of the car. It's just so immersive. Let's see, 14th. That's not terrible. It's not terrible for what I normally put up. That's right around the area there. Yeah, the detail on the inside of the car. I'm not going to run that right now. I like the deck lid view. It's a lot easier for me to see. But it might be something we can experiment as time goes on.
Daytona 500. This historic 2.5-mile super speedway showcases some of the fastest and most intense action in all of racing. And the weather is looking absolutely beautiful here today in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Here's the national anthem. Well, the half of it that they put in the game. Ryan Blaney. The flyover is awesome, but I don't think we're going to do that every single race.
The drivers are ready. The pre-race festivities have finished, and we're about ready to get racing. The Daytona 500 is about to be green.
It still says Ryan Priest on my car. Hopefully they change that, because who doesn't want to see Mick Shy Guy on the top of the car? I mean, hey, what can I say?
Get ready. We're coming to green.
And green flag, here we go. And I'm not going to do any restarts. If I wreck out of a race, I wreck out of a race. It's just going to teach me how to handle. But I think we have room down here to move down. And they cleaned up the spotter a lot. When the game first started, it would be like 3 wide, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 right. He'd be having like a stroke. But I'm going to drag the brake a little here, sit in behind Kyle Larson. Staying left. If Kyle Busch doesn't want to come, there it is. I gave him room. I gave him room. What am I supposed to say? Lap 1 wreck. You gotta love it. Ouch. And we blew a tire. There's a caution. Okay, that was one of the things in the patch that they said they were gonna fix. I don't want to do anything other than repairs and 4 tires. Tires really don't matter, but I'm gonna be at the back of the field anyway. What's he bringing out? Some tape instead of a hammer or a buzzsaw. Okay. And this was one of the coolest things that I really enjoyed seeing from this game, is the different angles of well, I guess we weren't moving. Wow, how did we end up here? We're way farther up than I thought we'd be.
Clear, clear, clear.
Oh, 32nd, I guess. No, 28th.
Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Clear. I'm going to get down to the bottom here. Somebody pushed me on my bumper. Don't go back up the track. As you can tell, I'm still trying to get used to it. I think these are a bunch of people who didn't pit, but there's no reason why I should have been out that early. I had probably more repairs than anybody but the 53, I think, was the car that wrecked with me really badly. So what I'm seeing with this is we still have, there's a bump draft from Denny. He's going to be on my inside. Can I get, nope, that's Harvick. Whoops. Well, this is just a beautiful 500. Beautiful for JTG. You gotta love it. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hope for a caution. Guess we're just gonna be running qualifying laps. Well, I'm so sorry. This was lame. And I'm still getting stuck in that apron. My steering feels a little bit more loose, to be honest with you. That's the cool thing with the wheel, is I feel every little adjustment I make so much more than I do on a controller. See, everybody out there has the draft now, so 9 seconds down, 10 seconds down from anybody up there. I don't know how much I'll be able to push this dang car. Oh. Well, you know what? I said I probably wasn't going to do it, but we're going to do it. Here's some first-person view for now. And the cool thing is that wheel animation in the front of the car there is almost exactly like what my wheel looks like when I'm steering the car from my wheel. And I have the Logitech G920, I believe is what it's called. So, this is the first series I've done on a wheel too. You go back to my NASCAR Heat 3 career, which I skipped Heat 4 and Heat 5. Mostly because I didn't own Heat 4 at the time. I actually got that after I got Heat 5, just for the sake of having all games in that series. But this is the first series I'm doing in a wheel. I had all those back there. Any NASCAR video I made, I think I made one on Heat 5, and I was going to do a road course shootout, but I got burnt out doing NASCAR. But, you know, it's, the love is back. New game, new look. Love it. But all of those were on the sticks on a controller. And I do think I have some one-off series coming up. I'm going to try to get back into the swing of doing some streams and some YouTube videos. This is going to be a very boring, like, 30 laps. Not much for me to talk about when there's nothing going on. Guess I can hope for a caution. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. They cleaned up the AI's driving in this last update. Normally I could hope for a big pile-up, get to wait 20 seconds before the caution gets thrown. If I could get out of the dang apron. I guess I'm catching them a little bit. Maybe? No, not really. Once they get on the straightaway, they kind of run away with it. I'm faster than them in the corners just because it's... I don't know, I might be able to pull out some last minute points. But see, I'm catching them here. And now that they're on the back straightaway, or in a corner, I don't know where they're at. There's no track map. That's the other thing I'd like to see updated. And see, this is something where, like, I would love to be able to choose my sponsors for the game, because if I'm going into a new car that's had, say I'm taking over for Kevin Harvick, right? He's had the Mobile One paint scheme for the last few years. It's his primary paint scheme. What if I want to make my own paint scheme schedule, Hunt Brothers Pizza or Busch as my primary sponsor, you know? But we'll see. I do think I have some one-off games. There is one called Kill It With Fire, which is a spider hunting game. You walk around the house and hunt down... Wow, I made up 2 seconds on them in that one turn. I might be able to catch them. Just basically walk around the house, and the goal of the game is to kill spiders. It's kind of funny. I played through the first level. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm looking for some other just smaller, quick one-off episode style games, something I might be able to pop off with 1 or 2 of those a week and then do a bigger series like this, because I think like I was doing NASCAR Heat 3, you know, it was rough. It's a long series, you know, especially if you want to do multiple seasons, which I do with this. But we'll see. Because there's free agency, there's driver retirements, there's all that kind of stuff. Maybe I should just drive in this camera view for this race, any super speedway. Guess I do better with that, huh? See how I do comparing. So now I'm only a second down to those guys. What happened? I don't see them, so I'm definitely see. Maybe it's the closest drivers to... Oh! That explains a lot.
Stay right.
That explains a lot.
Clear, clear, clear. Got one left. Stay
Oh.
left. Clear, clear, clear.
That explains a ton.
Got one right.
Oh, I can't get my car to speed up correctly. Ouchie. We're now a lap down at Daytona.
How about you try turning around? You're going the wrong way.
I know, I'm turning around, Spotter. Can I get back on the track, please?
Slow down. Caution's out.
Oh. Well, let's just go to another pit stop. I don't know if we're going to get the free pass or not. I don't know if that's a thing, the lucky dog. We'll find out. The front end of my car is completely packed in. I was the first car lap down, so maybe we'll get it back. I don't know. The pedals are just so touchy. It's very easy to spin your car out. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'll be in dead last, but I think I can work my way back up. Never mind, I'm still in dead last. No lucky dog then, huh? That's disappointing.
Got one right.
And watch me run like the rest of this
Clear,
race
clear.
super
Stay
clean.
left. Stay left. All clear. Stay left.
Big lift out of turn one. Don't know why. Chase is trying to take it 3 wide. He's going to end up wrecking me, him, and anyone else behind us. Yeah, I should not have started this far up in the field. Not 100% sure why it had me do that, but I should have been dead last. Guess I'm a lap down to all the cars in front of me. Oh my goodness.
Clear, clear.
That was Ty Dillon.
They're disqualifying us. We're not being scored.
And they disqualified us. What a first episode. Well, you gotta love it, right? I mean, let's see the replay. I want to see this mode. I haven't seen this before. Broadcast TV category. Well, this is pretty cool. "30 minutes of me racing like an idiot." Now, I did read that they did fix some of the skipping issues where he just kind of skips along the track. Looks like coming out of the turn or certain camera angles like this. It's a little bit still more of the same, but it's a lot better down the straightaways like this. So I'm trying to look. I think the first wreck, yeah. See, I'm
Still there.
I don't know. I don't even want to try to guess what happened there. Oh well. Well, I guess this will do it for episode 1. And we got our weekend ended early. So we'll see you on a road course. Hopefully that goes better.